The views and opinions expressed on Deliberately Linked are entirely those of the host, who are completely responsible for all show content. These views and opinions are not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure in any way any kind of condition, or to promote any specific lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or personal practice. Nor is the information presented deemed to be accurate or verifiable.
What is up, Deliberately Linked viewers? Lace them up and lock it in. Because on today's show, my brother Mark is going to talk about what it means to take control of your control.
Fact. Something that people hear all the time, but the reality is you don't do it. So why not?
So different than control what you can control.
Oh, control what you control is the baby. Everybody's heard it, but you probably don't understand it, and you're probably not taking advantage of it. So today we're going to be assertive.
Okay.
We're going to be assertive. We're going to take control of our control.
I like it.
But before that, we're going to talk about something I think everybody needs to hear. Because we've touched on this slightly, and there's many areas to this, but the reality is I'm not fooled.
No, you're not.
I'm not fooled.
Neither am I, brother.
Exactly.
I'm not fooled, guys. Not fooling this guy. But before we get going here, again, Visionary Meals.
Yeah.
Farm to table, healthy meal prep
Our guy.
service brought to you guys today. A healthy meal prep service, guys, providing locally grown and raised products for you guys. If you are an athlete, if you are a family running to and from practice, whatever it might be.
If you're just a person who wants to be healthy.
No doubt. They offer it all, from building your own, customizing your own meals. Signature dishes are phenomenal. And guys, we are actually bringing 8 new items to the menu very soon. So
Fantastic.
Those are going to be items that you want to check out, some great summer dishes. We cater to the keto lifestyle, vegan and vegetarian. Kids meals, you name it, they got it all.
Because being the best you does include what you put in your mouth.
That's a fact, bro. That is a fact.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys again for tuning in with us. We've gotten some fantastic reviews. So I appreciate everyone that has reached out to us.
Okay, well, I'm going to pull one from last week. I think y'all are just being nice.
Maybe.
I can't accept. I'm uncomfortable accepting the affirmation.
For sure. Hey, episode 2. Good. No, guys, episode 2 did just launch today, Wednesday. So go check that out on YouTube, SoundCloud, and soon to be iTunes, guys. We're in that process right now, so don't miss that. We appreciate all you guys reaching out and truly sharing, expressing what the podcast has maybe already done for you.
Yeah.
Expressing what you guys have liked about it. So, guys, we appreciate that feedback. Don't stop.
And honestly, I tweeted it out, I think last week. We do attempt to be the people's voice.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you right now, if there is something you want our opinion on, if there is something that you want to hear us discuss, hit us up. I mean, we don't have a book of already preset things we want to talk about. You might bring up something that fires us up in a certain way, and we want to talk about it. So please do communicate with us, because we want you guys to be a part of the show.
Yeah, for sure. Let's dive into it. Let's go to
go.
the show. So, Mark, I got a question for you, buddy. Do you desire nice things?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So do I. I myself, I think a lot of us desire nice things.
Yeah. Comforts.
You do, yeah. And, a lot of those nice things can be materialistic, things that maybe you don't need.
Well, I think most things we don't need.
Yes.
Most things are what we want.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so, I ask you guys, tuning in right now, watching us on whatever platform, what nice things do you desire? I would imagine a lot of those answers out there, which, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with a lot of the answers you guys come to. Sports car, nice spicy red Ferrari, whatever it might be. New Tesla. I know I'm not much of a fan of the Teslas, but we got some Tesla fans out there.
New tractor.
Now we're talking.
The old man.
Old man, that's for you. New tractor.
New tractor.
Newest Apple products, guys. I mean, Apple has definitely taken over the technology world. And I know myself, I love Apple products. Nice home. Maybe you desire your own business.
Yeah.
Desire your own business. Maybe you desire climbing up the corporate ladder. And maybe some of you desire a beautiful girl.
Any red-blooded American boy who likes girls.
Please and thank you.
Does.
Amen. It is summer.
And
Penis
beauty
season.
comes in all shapes and sizes.
It does. And women tuning in, maybe you desire a nice, handsome man.
You should, and you deserve it.
Correct.
You deserve it.
That's a fact. Hey, guess what then? Go earn it.
Oh.
Go earn it.
It ain't going to come to you.
It ain't going to come to you.
It ain't going to come to you.
It's not going to happen overnight. Go earn it. Because you know what I'm sick and tired of? I'm sick and tired of our fake it until you make it.
Oh, okay.
That's where we're going.
Okay.
That's where we're going. I'm sick and tired of, at least social media speaking, real quick, seeing all these individuals out there, male or female. I'm not going to discriminate to any category, male or female, because I see both, posting up on daddy's car like that's your car. Driving through town like that's your car.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong driving through Broadway looking sweet
But be for real.
Both be for real. Don't post that stuff on your social media like you've done something. Okay. All right? Because I'm done. I'm done looking at it.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, from a psychological point, you're only hurting yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's literally like teasing yourself and not really having it, and you're just bringing yourself down.
You're going to set yourself up for failure.
Absolutely.
And we're going to get into that.
Absolutely.
Another thing that I don't like, fake followers. Now,
you got to educate me on this because I don't have any.
I knew I would. I knew I would. So there's obviously different categories of fake followers. I'm going to speak social media speaking.
Okay.
Mark, you're not on social media.
No,
so
my followers are the realists because I don't have any. So they're all being truly honest. There's nothing to follow
no
here.
friends, just family.
Yes.
I'm with you.
Okay.
But this is what people do on social media. It's a thing. It's a true thing. You literally can buy followers. Yeah. You can buy, like you can purchase, pay money for followers. Like you can increase your following number.
Like who do you purchase that from?
Various companies. I get DMs all the time on our different business platforms. Oh, buy 50,000 followers for $19.99. People do it.
I did not know this.
People do it. You know what? Guess what? When you look really stupid, when I pull up your social media page, and you have 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, congratulations. You know when you look dumb is when I click on one of your photos and your engagement's worse than mine.
Oh.
When you have 80 likes. Sweet.
So compared to your ratio of what you have following you.
Correct.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Correct. And that's
So is this like an unwritten rule? Like obviously this isn't real.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but people do it. And for some reason people think they can get away with it, which anybody with, a right frame of mind can look at that and be like, okay, if you have 50,000 followers, I mean, you would think you're getting maybe 200 at 200 likes, 300, 400, 500.
I mean, just 50,000, break that down to 1%.
Right.
1% of your people don't like your stuff? Yeah. I get it. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So fake followers, I'm sick and tired of it, guys.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, once again, this is a you healthy thing. I'm not even talking about how you're affecting me. Listening to you, my biggest fear and worry is for them.
Yeah, for sure. And going on top of that, social media, because I'm gonna tear social media apart to a degree, because we talked a little bit about last episode.
Yeah.
How
there is a purpose.
There is a purpose with social media, but how it's been corrupted. But it is an important tool, obviously, like we said last episode, if it's used the right way.
Absolutely.
But the things that you're posting on social media and your fake followers, ask yourself, can you really afford what you're posting? Your new Gucci watch or wallet or whatever Gucci makes? Your daddy's car? This business that you launched that daddy and mommy gifted you $100,000 for? Don't get me wrong. If you are given that opportunity, run with it.
With it. Make the most of it.
Make the most of it. But don't sit there on social media and post, man, grinding right now. We're really getting it after day in, day out. That's fantastic. I'm sure you're not, because you know what? If I was given $100,000, we'd be running. We'd be running.
First of all, I ain't got time to post about it because I got stuff to do.
Exactly. Guys, I'm calling, maybe not you out listening, but I'm calling the majority out.
Sure.
Because
it's not everybody. We're not saying everybody.
No,
okay.
I'm not fooled.
Sure.
I'm not fooled. And
nobody else is. Nobody else is. This goes back to the you like my page, I like your page. No one else is. The reality is people are afraid to be real.
Yes.
So even though you're not willing to be real, you know that I'm not going to be real because neither are they.
Correct. That's a great point. No, guys, be done with it. But what does faking it until you make it truly mean? Okay, because I think there was a time in life, maybe 10 years ago, that you could fake it until you make it to a degree. But guess what? You're exposed nowadays.
Oh.
You're exposed.
Just had this conversation with my daughter.
Yeah?
Yes.
Enlighten us.
Sitting down, talking about high school, right? I was explaining, I'm old. I'm a dinosaur in today's generation, right? I explained when we went to, let's say, various gatherings and things occurred. The danger zone is nothing, because anything that occurs there is he said, she said.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So if you did something stupid and people are talking about it, denying it then just gives everybody else like, well, did it really happen or just people making this up?
Yeah.
I'm explaining to her, when you go to certain gatherings and you're enjoying yourself, you need to be head on a swivel, as we would say.
Right.
Cautious and knowing of what's going on, because if it happens, everybody knows about it. And it's print. There's nothing to go against it. And the reality is, it may not hurt you now. 5, 6 years from now, when you're going to get that job you want, when you're dealing now with people that you want to work with professionally, that's still there.
Yeah.
And whether it's relevant then, it's still going to come up.
Correct.
So you got to be careful.
You do. And tying into that, Mark, the biggest, yeah, we'll call it scare to people out there that are faking it until they're making it.
Sure.
You know, coming off like they're making X dollars, 6-figure incomes, 2 years into whether they're their own company or 2 years into a corporate company that they might be involved with. My biggest scare for these individuals that are coming off like they've made it, what happens when that business fails? What happens when you get canned and you're at a family gathering? You're at a family gathering and Aunt Sue asks, "So Johnny, how's business? Last time we heard you're doing really, really good. You 6 figures."
Let's ask again why depression rates and anxiety rates have gone through the roof.
Correct.
Because we've created these false realities that we can't honestly live up to.
Right.
Maybe at one point in time you will, but the truth is, if you would just grind to yourself.
Yes.
Go through the ups and downs on your end. You can tweet out stuff or Instagram, whatever it is, and say, hey, this is my product. Things are going great. Leave it at that.
Oh, for sure. We're going to talk about that.
It's when you exaggerate the motion, and then when things go bad, now it's the shame and it's the regret. Well, guess what? That stuff's hard to handle. That's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
Exactly. And when you have to look at Aunt Sue in the face and say, Aunt Sue, it didn't work out, and she maybe proposes the question, okay, well, with the successes that you have, what are you going to invest that money in? And you're going to be like,
what money?
What money?
Yeah.
I don't have any.
And I don't want to expose you, but I've been on your journey with you.
Yeah.
As you started this.
Right.
But I've had to watch you go through ups and downs.
Yeah.
I've had to watch you have those moments where you're calling me, and I'm not going to say depression or anxiety, but it's just like, man, this load is a lot, and I didn't expect this. I don't know how to handle this. Talk me through this. Help me. Be with me. Pray with me.
Yes.
Those are all moments, but those are real. But I also know that you're not out putting the stuff out here. Oh yeah, this has made 1.5 million in this quarter. That's not real.
No.
Or I've got 9,000 customers. That's not real.
Right.
That's not real.
It's not.
Live in the moment.
Live in the moment, and we're going to talk a little bit about perspective here in a little bit, because that brings up an excellent point, Mark. But you're right. I have been personally at my times where, I have felt times of depression.
Yeah.
Like, I come to you, Mark, I have so much anxiety.
Yeah.
I won't forget the one time I called you on my way home from a business deal or doing deliveries for Visionary Meals or whatever it was. And I was like, man, I just had the biggest panic attack of my life.
Yes.
And I don't get panic attacks, bro. I'm that guy. It's all mental. I really am. And
college athlete, you've been in high stress situations.
Correct. Yeah. And I had recently, probably a couple months ago of just a true panic attack. And I had to call you and check myself before I wrecked myself.
First, for anybody listening to this, if this is your first time listening to this, that's fine, and thank you for being with us.
Yeah.
But the reality is we tell everybody all the time we fail all the time.
Yeah.
So yes, do we have a lot of sayings? Do we have a lot of practices that we do? It's all mental. Be better. Do we write things down? Yes. Does that mean we're perfect? Absolutely not.
No.
We fail at this every day. The difference is we wake up every day still trying.
Yes.
Still moving to that. I think that's what makes our show a little unique in the fact that we're not looking back and telling people how we did it.
Right.
We're wanting you to walk with us.
We're doing
I'm going to be vulnerable and share with you my failures.
Yeah.
Because I'm still failing.
Correct.
There's things that I just don't do. I'm just telling you how I'm going about it.
Yeah.
The things that help me get through it. So, the fact that you had a panic attack, that doesn't mean that you don't really buy into your own stuff.
No.
That just means, hey, here's a point, and this is why I do that.
Right.
It's to minimize these moments.
And also expectations.
Absolutely.
We have super high expectations for ourselves.
What do we tell the boys? You train for perfection.
Yeah.
Knowing that you'll never reach it, but you train for perfection.
Yeah. And when you feel like you're not reaching it, it can weigh on you. Yeah. No doubt.
And some people say, then why do you do that? Because guess what? The higher your star is, the higher you'll reach.
Exactly. It's cliche. It is as it is. That's a fact.
It's a double-edged sword.
Right. But like Mark said, we have high expectations, and And don't get me wrong, I think those panic attacks or those feelings of anxiety or depression or whatever it may be, it's because truly, I think for myself, I'm just so hard on myself. You know what I mean? Because of the expectations. And one person might look at like, dude, what are you freaking out about? Like, you just did this, you're doing this right now, you're about to do this.
Yeah.
What are you freaking out about? I was like,
it's so
perfection.
funny you bring that up because I just had a very raw conversation this weekend with, I guess he'd be like a brother-in-law down the line.
Okay.
So he's definitely more family than friend.
Yeah.
And I'm same way.
Yeah.
I mean, I go through moments of straight weakness, moments of complete negativity. And it is because I hold myself to expectations that are impossible.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you why I do that. I do that because I fear the failures I've already had.
Right.
So I'm not telling anybody to lay down in reflection.
Mm-mm.
No. But the fact is you know where you've gone wrong and you know where you've gone right.
Yeah.
My failures stick with me.
Right.
You hear lots of business people and athletes tell you, I don't remember the perfect shot or the perfect throw.
Yeah.
I remember the bad one.
No doubt.
And that's me.
No doubt.
So I have those moments of complete weakness and negativity because it's the bombardment of expectation I lay on my shoulders because I don't want to repeat my failures.
For sure. For sure. Hey, buddy, can you snap that AC off?
Yeah.
We're in the office, guys, and it's a little toasty, so we forgot to turn the AC off. It hums in the back. Sorry about that.
No, we're all good.
We're all straight. But no, Mark, that's an excellent point. And so if you're out there and you kind of are realizing, man, maybe I've been there where I've done some faking it until you're making it, which I totally understand. I get it.
We all have.
We've all been there
me,
time
I've
or
been
two.
there.
I've
done it.
I could probably be torn up and down in different areas where I've
guys,
faked it until I make
City
it.
of Columbus let me write a medic after 1 year of being a paramedic in the book. That is faking it till you make it. Because that lady or young man or grandma is looking at you like, oh, you're the savior. And I'm thinking, man, don't mess this up.
Right.
I've only done this once.
Yeah.
I read about it. We've all been there.
Right, for sure. And since we've all been there, guys, I'm going to be honest with you right now. I'm not lying when I say I've been eating for the past 12 months. And I'm fully aware for the next maybe 5, 10, 15, even 20 more years that I can be eating.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm going to grind and I'm going to embrace the suck.
Yeah.
And I sure as hell you won't see me faking it until I make it because
you said it. I'm going to embrace the suck.
Yeah, have to. You have to. But there are ways to approach the fake it until you make it, okay?
Yeah.
There are what maybe we can call cheat codes or loopholes on and how to portray yourself to those eyes. And I think a lot of that is confidence, okay? Because I think there's a difference between faking it until you make it and then more so portraying yourself with confidence that when you walk into the room, you're confident in what you're about to perform.
I know what you're saying. And what I think our viewers and listeners need to understand is there are moments early in a business, okay, or in your life where you believe in you, you believe in your product, no one else does yet.
Right.
So when you do walk into one of those meetings or one of those events, you theoretically are faking it till you make it because you're the only one that believes in your product.
For sure.
But you're not going to undersell your product.
Heck no.
You're going to sell your product to the highest
Like
quality
it's the best
that it
thing
is.
out there.
Absolutely.
You have to.
Is that semi-fake? Of course it is.
Yeah, because we don't know if it is.
But what are you supposed to do? Walk in and say, well, no one really likes it. No one's buying it. No, come on. We're not. So many people will pick this stuff apart. I get it. And more power to you. I love you. Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
But if you miss this point, I got nothing for you.
Right.
I mean, everything's situational.
For sure.
We're talking about don't live your life fake.
Yes.
But there are moments where the fake it to the make it, you better step up your game and believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you're never going to make it.
Oh, I guarantee it. Because you know why? If you're a young professional, an entrepreneur, even an athlete, guess what?
Oh.
Your employer, your coach, they can smell fear.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get assigned the duty that maybe you're striving to get assigned for in the corporate world, or you're not going to be able to sign that deal that you're wanting to do in your own business, or you're not going to field the field if you don't have confidence. And if they smell fear, you won't see any playing time.
Well, if you don't believe in yourself and you're not being real, that little costume only lasts for so long.
Oh, yeah.
And eventually, you can't handle it, and the real you comes out.
Yeah.
So it's just easier becoming the best you.
Exactly. And to highlight that point, becoming the best you, guys, if you're in the corporate world and you're trying to climb and you want to be confident in your field and whatever it might be, hey, they probably hired you. You got hired. And they probably hired you, hopefully, because you were being who you are. So be yourself. Yes. But Be confident in yourself,
Yes.
okay? Believe in yourself, even though maybe deep down you don't, but find that belief.
Yeah, but
find that belief.
That doubt, that deep down, that is fuel.
Yes.
Don't use it for a negativity.
No.
Use it for the positive. It could be, that is your fuel.
Right.
That is that feeling. They're like, oh, I do feel that. And I don't like that feeling. Good. Turn it into a positive.
For sure.
Find out what that negativity hides behind. Figure that out and conquer that.
Right.
Make your weaknesses strengths.
And going off that, too many people hide their confidence because they're afraid to fail.
Yes.
Too many people hide their confidence because you're afraid to fail. Whether you are in the corporate world, whether you play on a sports team and you're trying to get the starting positions, don't walk out on that field or don't walk into that office hiding yourself and tucking your tail because you're afraid to fail. Because I'm telling you,
yourself.
You have to. And good for you. If you do fail, that's fine. That's okay. What did you say on episode 1? You know, 90 you fail 9 times out of 10 or something like that of your first business or first opportunity that you may shoot for.
Well, the truth is failure is only bad if you stay there.
Right. Be better.
Yeah. I mean, it's only bad if you take that moment in time and say, I'll never be better than this. Right. That's when it's bad.
Yeah.
Most failure is good. Once again, it's fuel. It's encouragement. It's that thing you look upon and say, how do I do what I did there better? So the next time I do it, I'm successful.
Yeah.
It's those people that people look at and they say, oh, not only did you get knocked down, you got back up and you kept trying.
Exactly.
You know what? They believe in people like that.
Yes.
Because you know why? If you believe so strongly in it, then maybe I should.
Yeah. And guys, I know you could be hearing that and you'd be like, yeah, that's simple. You get knocked down, get back up. Well, for my entrepreneurs that do start something and you do fail,
it's not that simple.
You tried what 31% of people don't even dare to do.
Yeah.
31%, guys. That's a big number.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people that.
What is it? Are we 7 billion in the United States?
Yeah, I think we're flirting with it.
Okay.
If not, yeah.
So 31% of that doesn't do this.
Right.
It's hard.
Yes, it's hard. And it's scary. I get it. But have that confidence. Don't live in fear.
Yeah.
Now, going from confidence to selling, again, not fake it until you make it, but selling perspective.
Yeah.
All right. And this is a little bit different, guys. This is something that I've actually coined myself to really hone in and at least growing my business through the company. We sell perspective, and again, like I said, we're not selling stuff that we haven't done, but the perspective of the stuff that we're selling is essentially, again, we're writing a movie. Okay.
Yeah.
The company of Visionary Meals, it's a movie. It's a drama, and I'm going to show you guys, if you follow that journey with us, the smallest victories.
Oh,
that's the perspective that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get on our social media page, or I'm not going to put out there in literature or anything. Visionary Meals has X clients, is now a 6-figure, 7-figure company if we're not. But what I will show you and what I will hype up is the smallest victories, guys.
Yeah.
If you guys follow our social media, which I encourage you all to do, Visionary Meals on Instagram, if you guys follow us, there are multiple times where we have broke our meal count record. I hop on that story like it's the biggest freaking deal. Every time.
Every time.
Because it is a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
It just depends on perspective.
The difference is that's what real is like.
Yes, for sure.
So if you're in that position, you know how great that feels, but you think, oh, if I'm going to put this on Instagram or I'm going to put this on Twitter, they probably won't think that, so I need to exaggerate this.
Yeah.
Don't.
Right.
Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah.
Be honest.
Be honest.
Yes.
But I'm going to hype it up like it's
I think part of the
freaking
problem
huge.
is we live in a society where I want it now.
Oh, instant gratification.
It's instant. It's instant. My phone's instant. Everything I want's at my fingertips. And we know some very successful people. One of my very close friends, name's Corey Gregory. Most people listening to this will probably understand who he is. Yep. He's built 2 mega businesses plus a plethora of other things.
Yep.
The stories that guy will tell you.
Great guy.
His wife, love her to death. The stories she will tell you. Okay? The way they were trying to raise a family, and he's grinding and doing these things, living off nothing.
Oh, man.
Believing in himself. And then, but everybody now, they just see it and they're like, oh, here's a guy who made it to the top. Yeah, well, guess what? The climb up the mountain is long and it is hard.
20 years of suck.
But no one looks at that.
Nope.
And so that was a great example. He said the other day, some guy asked him, said, oh, nice watch. Where'd you get it?
Right.
He goes, 20 years.
Yeah.
It took me 20 years for I can buy something like this. And that kid's like, dang.
Well,
that's reality.
That's
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Yeah, no, it's so true. Because the problem is on social media, we're so used to to seeing icons or people that we follow that have 1 million followers are posting about their company, you know, 7-figure company driving around in helicopters, or, you know, just Dan Bilzerian type people, you know, just
I've
really
got a Bugatti.
Flaunting, exactly, really flaunting, you know, the successes that they had. And good for them. You know, if they earn those, which most of them have, good for them. You know, if that's what fuels you and, you know, and pleases you, then if that's what makes you happy, good.
And really, there's nothing wrong with following them.
No.
You should be inspired.
Correct. You should be inspired, but don't miss the thing that they're not showing is the 20 years.
The hard work.
The 20 years
Absolutely.
before it. And
Absolutely.
why in our society nowadays, why are we hiding that? Why can't we embrace the suck and show everybody
sleeves,
what it takes?
Get dirty. I don't know. It's not flashy. I read an article the other day how people will spend hours staging an Instagram photo.
Oh, bruh.
I don't have Instagram, so I don't know about this stuff. So I understand if this is like old news.
Don't get me wrong. Content's important. Good content's important. But yes, you're right.
If this is old news, yeah, but I'm not even talking about it's just normal people.
Yeah.
And they're like moving around, taking multiple shots, doing the sunlight here and there. And I'm like, that is crazy. That's a sickness.
Yeah, it is.
To me, I'm like, that's an illness.
Think about how much.
Like, I'm all about you sharing your beauty and sharing your life with people. That's great. I don't have a problem with that. But if that's what it takes, you need help.
For sure.
Because there's something wrong.
Yeah.
And eventually, it's going to let you down.
And an hour is honestly modest. You know, I've seen it, and
I almost had a heart attack.
And guys and girls, I'm not going to say it's from one gender more so.
No, definitely not.
Guys and girls, I've seen it on hand. But guys, think about that time that you could be putting. Capture the moment, fantastic. Capture the moment, not the hour-long moment. And capture the moment, share it.
All the time you invest, you don't get that back.
No, time is money.
Okay, you don't get that back.
Time is money.
It's not rechargeable.
Yes. So exactly. And so we're talking about perspective here and what it means to sell perspective. So like I've said, it's not selling what you haven't done. It's selling what you're doing, but at a high, exaggerated level. Yeah. Be excited about it, because if you're not excited about my entrepreneurs, if you're not excited about the smallest milestones that you have succeeded within your company, then I don't know what to tell you, because it's those little successes that set you up for the big successes down the road.
Not as an entrepreneur, but just in life in general.
Yeah.
It's the little wins in life that continue to propel you to do something great. But the reality is, it's those little wins. That's what encourages you to keep going.
Yeah.
So if you're ignoring them and stepping over them, when you're trying to get to the top and you're like, man, I just don't have anything. That's because you've already ignored all your own encouragement.
Right.
We said a couple weeks, you can be selfless to yourself. You can affirm yourself. Affirm yourself and take in those small victories. Yeah. Enjoy them. Because when things are hard, that's what you need to fall back on and say, you know what, I can do this.
Yeah.
I can keep going with this. And then that's what's going to propel you to the big victories.
Yeah. No, it's good. And guys, let me just give you guys a little background on, I think this is an appropriate time. You guys are going to hear a lot about Visionary Meals as we do grow as a company. And I'm by no means going to hide what the steps that we've had to take to get to where we are today. And don't get me wrong, we've got a long ways to go. But good.
Sure. 100%.
But good. I talk about embracing the suck and showing the process and what the suck looks like. Just so you guys are aware, for those of you that are desiring to maybe start your own business, like Mark said in one of I think it was our first episode or second, we didn't wait to be in this $10,000 studio or, have this, $6,000 camera.
We did invest in quality audio equipment.
We did.
You have to listen to it, and we love you, so we care about you in that aspect.
Right. And we knew it was important.
Yeah.
But, embracing the suck and showing and truly showing the suck, Visionary Meals, my wife and I live in a small apartment. All right.
Very modest.
Very, very small, very modest. This apartment is actually on our family farm. We are fortunate enough to have that availability to us. But it's hot. We don't have great AC. We're embracing the suck. And the process of Visionary Meals started, we started cooking out of our little apartment kitchen.
For people who don't know what that is, it's a stove or an oven, maybe 2 feet by 2 feet with 4 little burners.
4 burners.
And the oven, you don't even use like regular dishes in there because they don't fit.
No,
so
no.
Just so everybody has that description.
Correct. And it's so small, guys. We might have 4 burners, but it's so small we can't even
use all of them.
We can't fit 4 pans on it.
Fantastic.
And guys, Visionary Meals started. My wife, works for a company, and she would get home around 5, 6 o'clock. And I do Visionary Meals full time along with a couple other gigs that I got my hands in. And we would start cooking around, when we started, 6 p.m. And when orders came in, there were cooking nights that we would cook until 3, 4 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
And we would both get up the next morning and do it all over again.
Yeah.
That's the process, guys. We have told people about that. We have showed people about that.
That's real.
Because it's real, and that's what it takes to get where we are. We're actually in the process right now of moving into a full-fledged commercial site, licensed and everything.
Yeah.
So we're truly excited about the steps that we're taking there.
That's the steps. And you've been in business since January.
November.
November.
Yeah,
okay.
basically.
Through the winter.
Yeah.
But that's the steps. That's what it takes.
Yeah.
You didn't start out there. You built up to that because you went from the little apartment to then to a full-size stove. And as orders kept coming, you had to grow.
Right.
Sometimes it's slow growth.
Exactly.
That's okay. As long as it's moving in a positive direction, go with it.
Yes.
Go with it.
Exactly. I mean, and even on top of that, guys, I was doing deliveries out of my Ford Fusion. We have recently purchased a Transit. So, guys, people love that stuff. Don't hide it. Don't fake it until you make it. Once you make it, fantastic.
And honestly, I can see where some people are like, oh, look, they're bragging. That's not bragging.
No.
You know what that is? That is a success story of saying, I believed in me. I believe in you. You can do this too.
Yeah, I'm sharing that, guys, because I know some of you listeners right now do have desires to start your own thing. You can do it as well.
Absolutely.
You don't need a ton of money.
If you've got a passion, number one, if you have a passion, your vision can become reality.
Correct.
I promise you.
You have to.
Promise you.
You got to grind, though.
It's not going to be easy.
You got to grind.
But yeah, I promise you.
Okay. So for those, as we I'm going to conclude this topic here now, but I'm going to put one last little spin on it. All right, I'm going to put one last little spin on why. Just why? Why are we out here to fake it until we make it? So, real talk. Who are you trying to impress?
Yeah.
Who are you trying to impress?
Yep.
Famous for what? For what? What is the title of, hey, that guy's famous? What does that do for you? Are you trying to be noticed, or do you want to be known?
Yeah.
All right. My question is, who are you trying to impress? All right. I can tell you right now, the desire that God gave you isn't for the importance, but for influence.
Oh, yeah.
It's not for your own importance,
Yeah.
but it's for your own influence.
And to have a positive influence, it's got to be real.
Yes.
That's
It's got to be real.
Yeah.
So stop doing this stuff for the status, okay? Stop trying to be out here and post on social media or walk around like you're buying stuff that you can't afford, putting stuff on credit cards that you can't afford or you can't pay off.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't waste your time. Stop doing it for the status, but do it to be a servant. Do it to be a servant, guys. Serve the purpose that Christ has put on your heart and glorify Him in everything that you do for it.
Yep.
Okay? Stop impressing people and ask God how He can use you to be a blessing.
Absolutely.
How He can use you to be a blessing.
And let me help you finish. I'm going to help him close this up, okay? If you didn't watch the other episodes, please go watch the other episodes, not because I just want you to hear me talk, but because there's good info in there.
He wants you to hear it.
But here's the thing. What he just said, if you go listen to those other ones, I'm going to tell you right now, I like you for you. Do you know why? Because I'm a depositor.
Yes.
You're a bank, and I'm a depositor. I will deposit into your life. Mm-hmm. If you're doing this because you think other people expect that, chances are they're your withdrawal people. Yeah. Minimize that time. Minimize that relationship, because the reality is the only person you're hurting is yourself. Mm-hmm. Surround yourself with depositors, because those are the people who are going to like you for you. I don't care if you live in a cardboard box. I don't care if you live in a mansion. They're going to appreciate you for you. And by the way, they're going to support your passion.
Yes.
They're going to be part of that success story.
Allow people to buy in, guys.
Absolutely.
Allow people to buy into the story that you are creating. Don't come out here to fake it until you make it, because God forbid, guys, I don't want you in 6 months, 12 months, a year to be that, have that conversation with Aunt Sue and you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Please don't do it. Let's grind together. Grind with us. We're going to grind with you. Yeah. Reach out to us, guys. Reach out for advice. Reach out for direction. Reach out to,
give us advice.
Or give us advice,
Please,
whatever
we're learning
it may
every
be.
day too.
For sure, because we're going through the grind right now.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I get punched in the face every single day. Every day. It sucks. Yeah. Like, it sucks, but I know my purpose. I know why this passion and this vision has been put on my heart, and I'm going to live it out on a daily basis. I'm going to embrace the suck, and I want you to embrace the suck with us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's fantastic.
That's all I got, brother.
No, that's fantastic.
Don't
and
be fake.
I don't want people to think we're being overly critical on that.
No.
Because honestly, if you're offended, chances are that was for you.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay?
I love you, though.
I do. I want you to be better. But before we move on,
Yes.
once again, if you're listening to this, not only do we have great sound equipment, but we're made to sound well because of a company, and it is Top Hat Media. They're fantastic. It's a great guy. His name is Lincoln. Look him up, tophatmedia.com. At Instagram, it's at Top Hat Media. I don't care what it is. I don't care what your business is. Don't think that this doesn't apply to you.
Right.
If you're a high school student, maybe with the vision of playing next level sports, this guy will make you look like a stud. He'll take your own physical gifts and make it look better on video when you try to reach out to these coaches. So Top Hat Media, his name's Lincoln. He's fantastic. This is why we look as good as you can make us look, because that's hard, but he does it.
Finds a way.
And this is why we sound the way we do. So we really appreciate them. They're a proud sponsor of our show. And telling you, go check them out.
Yep,
go
no
check them
doubt.
out. So let me tell you something. Okay? I have heard this since I was a little boy. Control what you can control, and then let God take care of the rest.
Right.
Okay. Since I was a little boy.
Okay.
So today I walk in here and I say, take control of what you control. Now, psychologically, completely different. Control what you control, that's a suggestion.
Yeah.
Me telling you, take what you can control, now I'm telling you to make an active effort and do it. I'm not suggesting it. I'm telling you to do it. Go make it happen.
Call to action.
Go make it happen. And I'll tell you why. This week, we're a very communicative family. Just a little background. My wife and I, we have 5 children. We are a blended family, ages 20 to 7. It is not a his and a hers. They are an ours. Everybody's on the same level. Very good family life, and we are super communicative. We talk all the time. And one of the conversations that I have had with now our 3 oldest is, you are in control of your freedom.
Yeah.
You are in control of your freedom. And if you're living under your parents' roof, maybe you've had the same conversation. And I tell you right now, our oldest looked at me like I was crazy. Like he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because he's thinking, freedom, I do whatever I want.
Right.
But the reality is you know what the expectations are.
Yes.
But you control those expectations. And so I just had the same conversation with our 2 other children. They're now 16. You're in control of your freedom. Here's the freedom. This is what we expect. This is what you can do. If you lose that, it's because you lost it.
Right.
So when I tell you to take control of something you're in control of, I just gave you a gift basket.
Okay.
Grab that and go with it.
Yeah.
If you want to keep this and you want more, own that. But it started making me think. I'm sitting there going, well, it's not just my kids. I'm not looking at areas of my life. I mean, the things that I've been successful in is because I've taken it.
Yeah.
And I'm not meaning to be rude. I mean, I took it.
Right.
Here's what I wanted, and I took it.
Okay.
But what I didn't do is I didn't let other people influence me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do that. So, I mean, if you're a parent out there and you have children, there's all kinds of things out there now. Self-help, how to do this, how to discipline your children, how to get the most out of them. Let me tell you something. The worst thing you can do is buy into that.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing you can do is get to know your child.
I like that.
Know your child, talk to your child. Get rid of the outside noise and focus on you. Don't let other people tell you how to control your home. Take it. That is your control. That is your home. Right. Control your environment. Control their environment and you'll control your environment. Yummy parents I talk to all the time. This happens all the time. I wish I never would have given my kid a cell phone.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, take it away.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo. They would freak out.
Okay.
So what?
Thank their butt.
The reality is, are you in control? Because if you don't do it because they're going to freak out, they're in control of you.
Mm-hmm. Get you wrapped around their finger.
Take it away. Control the environment. But here's the problem. As a society, we invest too much into today.
Oh, yeah.
Way too much into today.
Right.
You need to split that investment up. You need to invest in who your children are. I'm talking strictly to parents. Invest who they are right now because you are teaching them.
Yeah. Mark.
But the rest of your investment should be in tomorrow.
Dude, that makes me think of nowadays when you walk into a restaurant. You walk into a restaurant and the kids at the dinner table at whatever restaurant either have a tablet, mom and daddy's phone, because they don't want to deal with little Johnny and Susie crying over
the world's greatest babysitter, as long as you got battery life.
Yeah. It's the saddest thing.
It's horrible.
Parents nowadays don't want to deal with the headache of their kid not listening.
Not all of them, but a lot of them.
No, not all of them. But you see it more and more.
Unfortunately.
everywhere you go, and it's sad.
Yes. Take control of your environment. And I get these parents say, I just don't know what to do. Gosh, I get that. I get that. And when you get to that level, of course you reach out for help. Of course you reach out for someone to give you advice. What you don't do is go to all your friends who don't know either.
Right.
You're just going to get more bad advice, or you're going to get encouragement to do the wrong thing.
Yeah.
No, find somebody that can give you sound advice and show you how to control that and take control of that.
Mm-hmm.
My children in my house, I wish they were here. I wish they were here. Any of you who know my children, if there is to be a discussion and they are in trouble or we have a disagreement, I'm telling you right now, it is extremely civil. Mm-hmm. It is completely respectful on both sides. There is no freak out. There is no screaming match.
Right.
And at the end of the day, Mom and I's voice, that is the only voice.
Yeah.
Because our kids do know, whether they like it or not or agree at the time, that we are investing in the best for them.
Right. Whether they like it or not.
Yes. So when your kids, if you raise them and get them to that point and understand, sometimes life is a letdown. Mm-hmm. Sometimes life is, I gave you a phone because I thought you could handle it, and you couldn't. So you take it away. Get rid of the distraction.
Yeah.
Because if they have that distraction, they're not in control either. Because what's controlling them? The phone's controlling them. Their apps are controlling them. Social media is controlling them. Now you have a child who's not taking control of their own control. I don't care what age they are.
Right.
Because they're letting outside influences make decisive judgments in their own life. Mm-hmm. It is horrible. Yeah. Horrible. Now, a lot of people say, oh, here's an old man, get off my lawn. Or this guy doesn't get it, he doesn't get it, or he's being judgmental. I'm not being judgmental. I'm here to tell you. I already told you, blended family, 5 children. If it's happened, we've been through it. Mm-hmm. We've been through drug and alcohol issues. We have been through screaming matches. We have been through I hate yous. Yeah. We have been through you never do anything for me.
Right.
Okay? We've been through all those.
Yeah.
And we have learned from them.
And Mark, I'm actually going to brag about you a little bit. And by no means am I saying Mark's kids are perfect or their parenting is perfect.
Oh, it's not.
But obviously, us being as close as we are, I'm around his family a lot.
Yeah.
Your kids are some of the most well-behaved kids at the age that they are at.
Yes.
Because I think of the parenting that you and
yes.
your wife perform.
But I have to agree. I have to completely agree. And the truth is, though, we also deal with other parents.
Right.
You can do that. If you're a blended family, let me tell you something. You are in control of that. Mm-hmm. You absolutely are in control of that. You don't have to openly hate them. You don't have to openly discount everything that they say. You don't have to like each other, but you got to you got to work together for the sake of that child.
Yes.
We do that all the time. It can be done, and it is for the betterment of that child because you're going to control that situation. Yeah. You're going to do it the right way, and you're not going to listen to the outside noise.
Right.
Because honestly, your conscience lets you know what's right and wrong. Mm-hmm. It does.
And I think on this topic, I think it is a kind of a separate topic, but it does go hand in hand pretty well. Is as parents, if your parents are together,
yeah.
As parents, you have to be on the same page. You have to be on the same page. It can't come from two different angles, guys. Yeah. And I know you could sit there and say, okay, well, you don't have kids, Josh. What do you know? Well, I've grown up with actually parents that were really, really good at that.
Yeah.
And I've seen and I've been around other families where parents aren't on the same page. And I have seen what it does. And you have expressed how important that is and how much
it
a
is
staple.
It is something Heather and I have had to work at and still to this day work at very hard.
And being a blended family, that makes it very hard.
It is something we communicate on regularly. Mm-hmm. It is things that we have to remind each other of.
Yeah.
We're both very independent people. So it's when you do that, now we've been together a long time, but old habits are hard to break. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But that, once again, I tell you guys, I could have just said, hey, control the things you can control, and we'd walked away.
Right.
And the reality is A, you probably don't really know what that means, or B, you're just not doing it. But when I tell you take control, now I'm talking about every aspect.
Yeah.
This is just one example because Josh says, oh, you got to be on the same team. That is another situation and environment that you and your spouse take control of.
Right.
Don't let somebody else tell you how to do that.
No.
You two sit together, say, how do we want to do this? Yeah. Heather and I have done that many times. Mm-hmm. How do we want to handle this? Not who does think this and what's my girlfriend say and this is how they do it at their house. No. You control your relationship.
Yes.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
And taking control, guys, I'm telling you, I know I'm talking to parents. I'm telling you, it's every level.
Right.
It's every level. I have 2 high school children. I have a son. I don't really do the stepdaughter, stepson thing. Josh knows that about me. I mean, I love you. Yeah, I don't put that title in there. So I have another son who's 20 years old. He gets ready to start college in August. That's a podcast for another day, but we're so proud of him. He's doing some great things. But we have 2 high schoolers. And this topic comes up all the time because there is so much pressure to be what society expects, to be what your friend group expects, to follow the popular kids or what the cool kids are doing.
And that falls into my topic that I just did.
Yes.
Very well.
Absolutely. And I give my kids the same speech all the time. You're in control of your decisions. You're the only one that can be in control of those decisions. Don't let someone else get you in trouble.
Right.
End of discussion. If you're a kid listening to this, a young adult, teenager, high school, stay in control of your life.
Yeah.
Don't be a sheep. Do not. My kids hear it every day. You were not brought on this earth to look for a shepherd and be a sheep. You already have your lion, okay? He's been here. He's perfect. He set the example. He moved on. You are now called to be a leader. And you say, well, how can we have a world of leaders? Easy. Easy. So easy. Do you know why? Because a good leader, you know what a good leader does? He don't sit around and scream at people. A good leader invests in people. Okay? He selflessly invests in people. And good leaders who are working together, they work together for the same great cause.
Right.
If you took an entire, and I don't want to use just football. This is something we say. I coached it for a long time. 11 guys doing one job for one goal.
Yep. Selfless.
If everybody does their job, everything's good. But what happens? You're not in control. So this guy's worried about what you're doing because he's not letting you control what you can control, and he's not controlling what he's controlling now, and now everything's jacked up.
It takes one guy to mess everything up.
Every time.
One guy.
Control what you can control and move on. And I know that seems simple. I'm like, oh, he's talking about a football play. People, that's life.
Right.
That's life. If you're a professional and you're working with some people and they're not controlling what they control, don't yell at them. Don't blast them. That ain't going to help. You do you the best you can. Because then when the review happens, they say, which part did you work on? Oh, your part's epic.
Yeah.
But you know what you can't do? If you let that negativity control your effort,
Right.
now you're just as good as them. And I'm here to tell you, do not accept other people's excuses.
Oh, get out.
Don't do it.
Get out.
Don't do it. You can't stop other people from making excuses for you. You can't stop them from making other excuses for the situation. But what you can do is you control that moment and not accept that excuse.
Right.
If you're making excuses for somebody else, stop. Stop. Let them grow up. Let them fail. Let them learn. If you are out there accepting excuses that people are making up for you, stop. Stop right now. Accept it. Learn from it. Be better from it.
Right.
Okay? I fail every day. Some days way worse than others. But you know what? And some things come with great sadness and regret. I try to move on from them. I try to learn from them. I try to be better because of it. And I'm telling you right now, that is because I'm in control of that thought process.
Right.
I'm not letting other people have their 2 cents.
Nope.
Take control of your control in every aspect of your life. Don't be a sheep. Don't be a follower. Let us have a world of leaders. And I'm telling you, things will grow for the better.
Yep. Eliminate yourself, guys.
Oh.
We talked about it last episode. Eliminate from yourself from other people trying to control the successes that you were trying to create for yourself. Eliminate yourself from the situation. You are now taking control of the situation at hand.
Absolutely.
It's that simple.
It
is that simple.
And that's what I told you. When I text you, you're like, you mean like just control what you can control? Because we've heard it.
Yep.
But the truth is, when we sit here and talk about it, even you sitting here, you're like, man, there are lots of areas of my life I can do better at.
It's so much deeper.
I can do better at because it's every aspect: parenting, work, student life, friends.
Yeah.
Maurice Claret, a guy I've worked with on many events, says one of the greatest things that I love. And if you're a young person listening to this, and if you're a parent listening to this, listen up. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Okay? Now you're like, well, what's that have to do? Now we're talking friends? No. We're talking about a controlled environment.
Yes.
Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. If you're a kid who's in a friend circle and you darn well know what's right and wrong, and you're like, that's not really me, but these are my closest friends, you better get out of it.
Eliminate yourself.
Because it's not a matter of if, it is a matter of when that brings you down.
Always
And
will come
parents,
back.
don't think this is just a stage. Yes, they may leave these high school friends, but you know what they're going to do? They're going to go to college and surround themselves with people like that because that's what they're comfortable with.
Right.
We got to raise these kids. We got to teach these kids.
Yes.
We have to. We have to let them fail and make mistakes, but we got to be there the whole time, coaching them. Parenting and coaching, it goes hand in hand.
Right.
It goes hand in hand.
Yep.
But first thing you got to do is you got to take control of your own life. And then you can teach your children how to take control of their lives. Okay? Make good decisions. Be a leader and be a real leader. Don't be a leader that goes around and bullies people. Don't be a leader that thinks I'm up here, you're down there, so I'm going to make you feel bad. No, you be the leader that says, I don't have to ask you to follow me because you want to.
Yeah.
You want to.
Be that leader, guys, because I know we have some high schoolers listening to this right now. Be that leader that goes in the lunchroom and goes sits by the kid that doesn't have any friends.
Oh, please.
Guys,
Please.
swallow some pride.
Forget pride. Be a human.
Yeah, exactly.
human.
Ignore the looks that you're going to get from some people and go make that kid's day. Guys, I know we hear this stuff growing up all the time.
Take control of that situation.
Just take control.
Because you know what you did? If you do that, and I'm so proud of you if you do, I'm telling you right now, you will get a biggest hug from me if you do that. But I'm telling you what you did. You looked at an entire situation. You knew that all the naysayers were going to have something. You knew the looks were going to come in, and you took control of it and said, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do what feels right. I'm going to do what I know I can do, and I'm going to have a positive effect today.
Yes.
I'm going to be selfless.
Right.
And you know what you're going to get from it? You're going to get the selfish joy that comes back in return.
Gratitude.
You're welcome.
Gratitude.
You're welcome. You're
Gratitude.
welcome. That's all I got.
Killed it. That's why we end with Mark. All right. That's why we end with Mark. Good topic, brother. No, seriously, that was fantastic. I think a lot of listeners and viewers, that's something that I think we all need to hear, including
We all do.
myself.
I'm talking to myself right now, people.
Yeah.
We all do.
That was, brought in some great points, guys. And as you guys just as you're digesting everything that you guys just heard in this past hour, don't digest this and walk out tomorrow morning on your day and in one ear and out the other. Put this stuff into action, guys.
Try it. Experiment with it.
Yes.
Please. See what happens.
Right. You'll be amazed.
Next time you go to the grocery store, use everybody's name tag and mean it.
Yes.
And watch what happens. At first, it's a little awkward, but then you're going to get back some genuine smiles. And the feeling that you're going to get, I'm telling you, it's something simple, but it works.
And if you're sitting there right now, pondering on a situation that you might be involved in right now, whether it be in the workforce, whether it may be in a friend group, whatever it might be, and you're like, man, maybe I'm not putting myself in the best environment. Right. Maybe I'm not in the position that I need to be in. Whatever it might be, it might not come off as a negative position. If you're in a career and have a job that you don't feel like where you're supposed to be, guys, it's that simple. Take control of it and go put yourself in a position where you thrive, where you desire.
Don't accept it.
Yeah.
That is your choice. Once again, that is taking control. If you accept, that is you saying, okay, I give this acceptance the control.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Make positive change. Invest in yourself. Okay? Yeah. Be your number one depositor. We're banks. Be your number one depositor. Yeah. Okay?
For sure.
Don't just wait for everybody else to do it. Be that leader. Be your number one depositor. Invest in yourself. And I tell you what's going to happen. A lot of other people are going to invest in you. Okay? Because that stuff right there, it's contagious. Yeah. Okay? You young kids, doing the right thing and being a really nice guy and a really nice girl and not worried so much about what everybody's saying, what's socially acceptable, but just doing the right thing, that stuff's contagious. And if you are that kid at school, that you're the popular one, everybody looks up to you, man, set a better example.
For sure.
Be that guy.
For sure.
Change a generation.
Please.
Empower yourself.
Yep.
Do it.
Do it. Good stuff.
Absolutely.
Great topic. All right, guys. Take control of your control. I'm not fooled.
No.
You know it. No. I'm not fooled. So
I'm telling you right now. Find us on the gram.
Find us on the gram.
Find
Social
us on
media,
Twitter.
Instagram, Twitter, Deliberately Linked, guys. We are on YouTube, SoundCloud under Deliberately Linked, and soon to be iTunes. Guys, we appreciate all you guys that have tuned in. The people, like we said at the beginning of the show, we appreciate all the comments, all the feedback that we're getting.
Give us more.
If you have more positive and or negative, guys, we are open to it all. So please.
There will be nobody put on blast. I'm here to tell you that.
Oh, no.
We ain't like that. Ain't going to happen.
Not on this platform. So please go for it. And then subscribe, guys. That tells us that we know you guys are liking what you hear. And, if you subscribe, we might have the opportunity to actually reach out to you and connect with you guys, because ultimately we would love to connect with all of our viewers.
And if you subscribe, it's one of those little wins that leads us to big wins.
That's true.
It motivates us to do more.
We'll celebrate that one subscription. I don't care.
Every time. Every time.
Whatever it takes, guys. So, thanks for tuning in to Deliberately Linked.
Absolutely. See you next time.
Thanks, guys.